Have you ever, been walking through a massive airport or convention center,
Oh, yeah, all the time.
and you look up, you see a screen with, say, the flight schedule. Then you walk maybe 2 football fields away, turn a corner.
And the exact same screen is there.
Exactly. The exact same video, perfectly synced. How does that signal even get there?
It's one of those things we just see and accept. It's part of the background of modern life.
But we really shouldn't. Because if you've ever tried running a normal monitor cable more than, 20 feet?
It turns to garbage.
Complete garbage. You get ghosting, fuzz. It's a mess. So today, we're going to unpack the specific piece of hardware that solves this exact problem.
We're looking at the NTI VOPEX-C5V-16.
That is a mouthful.
It is. It's a VGA video and audio splitter and extender. But what we're really doing is a deep dive into the hidden infrastructure of digital signage.
Right. And looking at the specs, this isn't some Wi-Fi solution or a flimsy streaming stick. This is all about hardwired reliability.
Absolutely. The core idea is you take one computer, it could be a PC, a Mac, even an old Sun machine, and you blast that signal out to 16 different monitors at the same time.
16. And the how is the really clever part.
It is. They're not using those thick, old-school VGA cables to go the distance. They use standard CT5 network cable.
Or CT5V, CT6.
Yeah.
Which is just brilliant for any installer.
It's so much easier. That kind of cable is cheap, it's flexible, and odds are it's already in the walls of the building.
So the system has 2 parts then?
Basically, yeah. You have the main VOPEX unit at the computer, and then for every screen, you have a little remote receiver box.
And those could be up to 600 feet away?
Up to 600 feet. It's a huge range.
Okay, but 600 feet. That's 2 football fields. You can't push an analog video signal that far over simple copper wire without hitting a wall. There has to be a gotcha.
There is, and it's just physics, It's not magic, it's signal management.
So you're losing something along the way.
You are. The documentation is really honest about this. There's a trade-off between your distance and your resolution.
Okay, so lay out the numbers for us.
If you keep your cable runs short, let's say under 100 feet, you're getting a really sharp 1920 by 1440 resolution.
That's great for a presentation.
Totally. But if you push it to that maximum range, that's 600 feet.
Where does it drop to?
It drops down to 124 by 768.
Which, for a departure board or a cafeteria menu, that's perfectly fine.
Exactly. It's good enough for the job.
I did notice something else a little strange in the spec sheet about the cables. We always just assume, CT6 is better than CT5, but they actually flag that here.
I'm glad you caught that. It's a really interesting nuance. It has to do with how the wires are twisted inside the cable.
Twist pitch.
Precisely. CT6 is designed for high-speed digital data, so to stop crosstalk, the wires inside are twisted at different rates. But when you send an analog video signal, which has separate red, green, and blue signals over those uneven twists, they can arrive at slightly different times. It's a phenomenon called skew.
So the colors literally separate on screen, like a bad 3D movie effect?
That's a perfect way to describe it. So counterintuitively, the worse CT5E cable can actually give you a cleaner picture for this specific job.
It's a great reminder that newer doesn't always mean better for every single application.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just video, right? This box handles sound, too.
It does. Just simple 3.5 millimeter jacks for what they call CD quality audio. So you can run self-powered speakers at those remote stations.
I also have to ask about the build quality. This thing costs almost $800.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
You have to justify that over some $20 splitter from an online store.
And you're paying for reliability. The chassis is powder-coated steel. It's made to be put in a rack and left on 24/7 for a decade.
It's industrial. And it's not totally plug and play, is it?
Yeah.
I saw something about manual controls.
Right. To compensate for that signal loss over distance, the video-only units have physical knobs. A technician literally has to stand there and dial in the image quality by eye to match the cable length.
Which, honestly, I kind of like.
Me too.
An automatic software solution can get it wrong. A physical knob, once it's set, it stays set.
That's the whole philosophy. It's dependable.
It really brings up a weird paradox in technology. We are all obsessed with 4K, HDMI, digital everything.
Right.
And yet, here is a nearly $800 box, still a top seller, that uses old VGA ports and analog audio. And it's the standard for these massive professional venues. Why?
Because in infrastructure, reliability always trumps resolution. If you're running an airport, you don't need 4K HDR on the departure board.
You just need it to work.
You need a signal that travels 600 feet over cheap wire and never ever crashes. Sometimes the dumb analog choice is actually the smartest engineering in the room.
A fantastic point to end on. That's all the time we have for this deep dive into the hidden wiring of our world. Thanks for listening.